So actually for today, I have no shows to talk about. Listen, I don't have a lot of free time these days, okay? Especially on Wednesdays and Thursdays back to back. Today being Thursday. I wake up at 8 in the morning to go to work. I get off at 2:30, I get home like 3 o'clock, but by then I'm too tired so I go to sleep. So then I wake up, dinner time. If not washing the dishes, then either here doing this or recording something else. So I don't really have a lot of time to watch shows these days, which really sucks. Not only because I can't watch TV. What is this on the side here? Nope, that's underneath. Not only can I not watch TV shows, but there's also more shows coming out soon. Peacemaker comes out next week. Or Season 2 comes out next week. Daryl Dixon Season 3 comes out in, I believe, a month. I still have yet to watch Sandman Season 2. And even before that, Dead Boy Detectives. Don't you guys find it so funny? You know, Dead Boy Detectives is a spin-off of a spin-off, and every spin-off disconnected. Originally, it was Doom Patrol spinning off of Titans, but then Doom Patrol disconnected and became its own thing. And then, Dead Boy Detectives was supposed to be a spin-off of Doom Patrol. But then Dead Boy Detectives became its own thing as well. So a spin-off of a spin-off. And every spin-off disconnected and became its own thing. Became self-centered? So, yeah, sadly, I don't have any shows to talk about today. If not for the way that today played out, I would have actually had all 3 shows to talk about. I would have had The Boys, Arcane, and Eyes of Wakanda, because, well, my plan was to watch all 3 of those just before doing this. I had just enough time. But then, the way things played out, no. So, instead, I just want to... You know, there's something that I just want to get off my chest. And, well, it kind of relates to why I didn't watch anything today. So, my family is going through one of the sad times right now. Because we know what's looming, what's inevitable, what's going to happen soon. As much as we all don't want it to be the case, well, that's just life. That's just how this world works. So, our dog, Toby, he is really showing his age now. He doesn't really move anymore. He doesn't... today especially, he just refused to eat. And when that happens, when they refuse to eat, well, that's a very bad sign. We all know deep down, we all know the cold hard truth that his time's almost up. We know that. You know, it's just how this world is. We're born, we live, and we die. But that doesn't make it any less sad, you know, any less heartbreaking when the time comes. Like I said before, you know, I don't get the luxury of dying myself, because I have the burden of living to carry on the memories of everyone who's not here anymore. So I don't get to go with them at the end. I have to stay alive. I have to move forward to keep their memory alive. As well as everyone else who is gone. And no matter how much it hurts, gotta move forward. Gotta continue fighting on. So, we all know the cold hard truth is that his time is almost up. So, we love him, we take care of him, we spend as much time with him as we can. What really scares me, and I almost don't want to put this out into the universe to maybe jinx it. What I really don't want to happen is, if things line up poorly, that maybe he'll pass on my birthday next week. Because the signs are not good. The signs right now are pointing to not good. And if he passes on my birthday, that would just be heartbreaking. Now, there's no guarantees, I'm just expressing my concerns, my irrational fears. Who knows, maybe this is just, just one bad day. Maybe he'll go back to eating tomorrow or the day after. But, as of this very moment right now, in space and time, I don't know. So actually, that's why I didn't have time to watch anything today. Despite me having just enough time, had I watched everything back to back before doing this, I would have had just enough time. So, I came home from work. I bought some Shelby shawarma because I was starving. I didn't eat since like 9:30 in the morning, and by the time I got home, it was already 3 p.m. So I figured, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm already on my way home. Well, I shouldn't say that. Let's say if I take a different road, then I can get there and then take another road back home. So I got a legendary lamb and beef rab, as well as a chicken poutine. My family, they actually like the poutine better. So, yeah, after I got done eating, it was around, like, past 4 p.m., maybe 4:30. I took a nap, because I woke up at 8 this morning. I think I woke up at 7:30, just on my own, thinking, why isn't my alarm going off? How much more time do I have? Oh, it's about 7:30. So I've been up since about 7:30, and then I took a nap for like an hour at around 4:30 in the afternoon. So I woke up around like 5:30. I figured, let's just say if each show was an hour long, if each episode was an hour long, which we know it isn't, but still, even if it was, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, that would give me more than enough time to watch all three. So actually, to start today, I started watching Arcane, but I only got into about like half the episode before I had to stop, and then no time to watch anything else. I only got to the part where Mel discovered her brother is alive, and that's when I had to stop. So I had to stop because I had to go out and buy my dog some food that he would actually eat. Remember how I said he really doesn't eat? He hasn't really eaten today? Well, he's very picky. Sometimes he'll eat this, other times he'll eat that. At this point, it's like, you know what, honey? Whatever you want to eat, go ahead. Have as much as you want, as long as you eat something. So, my dog, out of all things he wanted to eat today, that he was willing to eat today, not kibble, not chicken, not rice, he was willing to eat ham. Just slices of ham, the stuff you get from Costco. But sadly, we only had literally, I kid you not, literally one slice of ham left. And it seemed like he was willing to eat that. So I quickly drove out to Costco, picked up ham for what, $13.99? And then I came back. So I had to buy my dog food. I know ham may not be the healthiest for dogs, considering it's rather salty. It's a little more than salty for their liking. Well, not their liking, but, you know, what's best for them. It's a little saltier for what's best for dogs. But at this point, it's like, whatever he wants to eat, just let him. Because he has not eaten anything all day, and if he's willing to eat this, then just let him. So I quickly hopped in my car, went out, bought a pack of ham, and then came back. Only for him to not really eat anymore after I got back. At least he ate something. Something's better than nothing all day long. So here's something interesting. A friend of mine in our group chat, he shared with us a post by Costco. So he shared a post with us. Costco on their Instagram posted Labubu, a Costco Labubu, a blue Labubu wearing a Costco vest. Now, I don't know if this is an official, if this is going to be like an official Labubu and Costco collab, or if it's just going to be Costco branded Labubu clothes for you to give to your Labubu. Regardless, it looks like Costco and Labubu are doing something. And because my friend, he is a huge Labubu stan, not Labubu, what am I talking about? He is a huge Costco stan. I'm just like, finally, finally Labubu's caught your interest, huh? When it's collabing with Costco. You know what's funny? In my group chat of 4, each of us have like a meme or like, you know, something that we associate with ourselves. Like, it's always a meme in the group, like, you're known for this, you're known for liking this. So for the 4 of us, I'm known as the guy who loves Arizona. My other friend, he loves Mothica. My third friend, he loves Twice. And the 4th friend, Costco. You know, speaking of Twice, I did think about something. You know how in K-pop Demon Hunters, the song Takedown is sung by Twice? We literally saw in the movie, there was a Twice poster. So that confirms in-universe, the band, the K-pop group known as Twice exists. So then it got me thinking, like, wait a second. So, canonically in-universe, when our group, the Huntrix, sing, they sound identical to Twice. But at that, in a way, it's like, what's the big deal, right? Because I don't really listen to any K-pop artists or any Japanese artists specifically, I can't tell the voices apart. They all sound similar to me. Or at least if you find 2 songs that sound similar enough in tone, or 2 vocals who sound similar enough, you give it to me, I probably will not be able to tell the difference. But the thing is, in universe, they sound identical. Pitch perfect. Hey! Hey! Well, let's see. In Pokemon Go, Dondozo is about to make its debut. Hey! Dondozo will be in 3-star raids and can be shiny. You always love a new Pokemon debuting and can be shiny as well. They don't always do that. They didn't do that with Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri was in 1-star raids and it's still not able to be shiny, but Dondozo in 3-star raids, it can be. I'm gonna do bare minimum 1 Dondozo so I can send it to Pokemon Home and get that registered. You know, it's kind of funny witnessing in real time Pokemon Go's very messy releases for Gens 8 and 9. They haven't even released everything in Generation 8 yet. And yet they're drip feeding us stuff from Gen 9. It's like, what? Now, a part of me gets it. You know, Gen 9 is the most recent generation. 3 years ago. And you want to release certain things from the new game to promote it, but they didn't exactly do that with Sword and Shield, now did they? Or at least it was very little. So now we're just getting a jumbled mess of releases between Gens 8 and 9. Oh, one other thing relating to Costco. I absolutely cannot stand the Costco guys and the brain rot they inflict. When my cousin was here, every time he heard the word cousin... Wait, what? Every time my cousin heard the word Costco, since, you know, there is no Costco in Hong Kong, every time he heard the word Costco, he would literally just reiterate, re-mutter. He would literally just scripted say out loud, what was it, chocolate, double chocolate chunk cookie, whatever the hell it is. Man, the goddamn brain rot is real. What actually was it? Even I don't know what it is. Double chocolate chunk cookie. Yeah, every time my cousin heard the word Costco, he would just be like, double chunk what? Double chunk chocolate cookie! I can't stand it. And the Costco guys, it's kind of been a meme with them. It's kind of, you know, I guess their catchphrase. Double chocolate chunk cookie, whatever the hell it is. I can't stand it. And you don't need me to go on and on again about how annoying my cousin was. You know, the emoting and everything that he would do. You know what, another show I haven't even started watching yet, or rather the newest season? Gumball. Gumball season, was it 7? Gumball's newest season I haven't even started watching yet. I love The Amazing World of Gumball. It is absolutely hilarious, and they actually do an amazing job with their continuity. Well, I don't really have anything to talk about today. You know, I still haven't even transferred my Darkrai to my Pokemon home yet. I'm still shiny hunting here. I really know I should just transfer it and then, you know, but I need to find the time. I know it doesn't take that long, but still, I have other things I gotta get done. Other games that I'm doing, because I'm still doing a bunch of Pokemon Go stuff. I'm at the home stretch for my gold bottle cap. I'm about 600 Pokemon in for, you know, having to catch 1,500. Not even halfway done for that yet. So aside from Pokemon Go, I am also still grinding, still farming Terra Shards in both Scarlet and Violet. That alone takes quite a while, especially since I'm doing 2 games. And eventually, there is a shiny hunt that I want to do. A pretty random one, but still one I want to do nonetheless. I want to go for a shiny Yanma in my Brilliant Diamond. And maybe even 2. One to evolve into a Yanmega. Why? Well, why not? I like shiny Yanma. And we know my history with Yanma when it comes to Pokemon Go. I actually only have one shiny Yanma in Pokemon Go, and I am best buddying it right now because why on earth not? So earlier today, we put up a new dash cam in my car because the old one, it just fell off. It fell off and we couldn't stick it back on, so we just had to buy a new one. You know, something my family doesn't really do, which I kind of question when it comes to dash cams. Don't we have to clear out space? You know, since it records everything every time we drive, won't it eventually run out of space? So, don't we have to clear out the space? And we don't exactly clear out the space ever. So, if our SD card is full and we do get into an accident, well, we're kind of screwed, right? So, aren't we supposed to clear out space? Because I don't think it has infinite space that will record indefinitely. I don't know, man. And I feel like it's such a flawed design for a dash cam, sticking it on the windshield. Because eventually, just maybe not directly exposed to the elements, to the weather. While winter, it'll be cold, summer, it'll be hot. Eventually, the stick will wear off. And then it will fall down, and then we can't stick it back on. And then we'll have to buy another one. You know, I feel like the dash cam market, or the dash cam design, just has a major flaw like that. Though, what the hell do I know, right? Remember when I got shiny full odds Xerneas, and it took faster than some of these did? You know, my friend sent something a couple days ago. It was something like Arizona... Oh, wait, I found it. Arizona iced tea has been forced to consider raising their prices from 99 cents for the first time in over 30 years due to Trump's tariffs. Damn it. Not only do I love Arizona, specifically just the regular iced tea. Man, I like Trump too. Damn it. Trump is funny as hell. Oops. Did you hear that? Well, sadly enough in Canada, the prices has already been raised for a very long time. Here in Canada, the price for one is $1.29, not just 99 cents. So up here in the Great White North, we've been having the raised prices. you may make the argument that, it's just currency conversion. 99 cents USD equals 129 Canadian. Well, let me look that up real quick, because I think I looked it up before, and it's not entirely true. 129 Canadian to USD. 93. How much is 99? You know what? Let's just do 1 USD to Canadian. 138. So $1 at, as of right now, $1 US dollar, what? $1 equals 138 Canadian. But still, regardless, up here in Canada, I'm not spending 99 cents or $1 for an Arizona. Do not try to say you are spending less than $1 USD. Shut up. Isn't that stupid? Don't you guys think it's stupid? We're both North America, and we both use dollar. Why does there need to be such a minor difference in currency? You know? $1 down there is $1.38 here. Why does there need to be that minor difference? Why can't we just... Why can't it just be nice and simple? We're all the same. Why can't it just be like that? I'm talking just Canada and US, not any other currencies. Giratina app. Did you see that? Oops. I did get a couple of shinies out of Pokemon Go lately. A couple days ago, I got a shiny Eevee out of field research. And then, I think it was yesterday, I got a shiny Absol out of field research again. I'm also in the process of... Well, I'm actually just about done organizing all of the good IVs in my Pokemon Go. So I have my 98 IVs, 96, 94s all tagged. I was going to stop at 96, but then I wanted to also do 94s just because I also wanted to group together the 14, 14, 14s. Part of me is debating, do I cap it off there? Anything that isn't at least 94 IVs, do I transfer? Because I don't really care about IVs. I don't battle like that. It's just neat to see, ooh, this one's a hundo. Ooh, this one's 1 off from a hundo. This one's 2 off from a hundo. You know? So it's like, do I cap it off at 94 IVs? So if anything is less than 94s, I transfer it? Because if that is the case, then I have thousands of Pokemon to transfer, if in that case. Pokemon that are not, you know, not shinies, not legendaries, and not high enough IVs. Transfer all of them to make space. Well, I got nothing else to do, so I am going to just watch some videos on the side. You know my coworker? This is actually strange. This is a little bizarre. Like, so we have each other's contacts for work, you know? So if I'm still new, I'm still learning things, so if I ever have a question, I can just text her, right? So I texted her, and then she's the type of person to put emojis into the words she types. So she would occasionally put like heart emojis or the emoji of a face with hearts on it. And I'm just like, a part of me wants to tell her, don't do that. That's weird. You know? We ain't like that, you know? And we barely know each other, right? Part of me wants to tell her, like, don't do that. That's weird. But, you know, who am I to tell her what she can and can't do, right? It's just a little strange, you know? Your coworker who you barely know, you just met a couple weeks ago, texts you with heart emojis. It's like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Please don't do that. But whatever, doesn't affect anything, doesn't bother me, really, you know? So, whatever. You know, this is like the only song by The Weeknd I like. I know the guy can't act, you know, but still, this is the only song of his I like. It kind of sounds like a song out of the 80s, don't you think? It sounds like a song I would hear in the playlist of, like, GTA Vice City. Just me? Just me who thinks that? I know the music video is pretty crazy as well. I'm trying to think of this one artist whose one song I like. I can't remember her name. It used to air on the Disney Channel. I can't even remember what the name of the song is. Victoria Duffield, that was her name. And the song was Break My Heart. That's the one song I like. Damn, and I see on her YouTube channel, the last thing posted was 7 years ago. I wonder what happened to some of these artists. Damn, 13 years ago. Oops. Oh wow, I looked at the comments on the music video I was just listening to. For those wondering what happened to her, she retired from music and became a real estate agent. You know what? Good for her. I guess that answers what happened to Victoria Duffield. Wow, I got curious and I looked up an artist I haven't heard from in like a decade. Cody Simpson. Anyone remember him? I see his channel still posts relatively, well, never mind, I take that back. I see there was a post 3 years ago, and then 10 months ago, and then I see the most recent post was 3 days ago. I remember there was one song from Cody Simpson I liked, and that was La Da Dee. That was for the Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs 2. I haven't heard this song in probably 10 years. At least you don't have to fly? What's that mean? Oras? Oh. Damn, it actually has been 10 years, at least, since I heard this song. I remembered in this music video he ordered a gang load of food and he didn't eat any of it. Disgusted by the thought of eating food just because of the movie. And then, you know, he just up and left the baddie who was serving him too. Also, I bought Persona 5 Royal again. On Humble Bundle, it was $18. Let's face it, we're never getting Persona 6. We'll get Persona 5, and Persona 5 again. Sprinkle in Persona 3 and Persona 4. We're never getting Persona 6. You know, we don't really get too many more of these 2D animated movies anymore. Not 2D. You know what I mean. These 3D animated movies, like in that kind of art style. We don't really get those anymore. At least not as often as we used to in the past. The only thing... The first movies I can think of would be... let's see. Would be... what the hell was the name of it again? Hotel Transylvania. And aside from that, only other movies I can think of that have that kind of art style, that animation style, would be like... Zootopia, Kung Fu Panda, but like, we don't really see that kind of animation style anymore. At least not as often. You know, I kind of miss the vibe from, like, the 80s and the 90s, more so the 90s, you know? I kind of miss the vibe that media and TV shows from like the 90s gave off. I mean, just look up Doom Patrol's Steel and Stone. I would absolutely watch a spin-off like that, but sadly, we never got one. Oh, you want to hear something that happened at work today? So earlier today, it was just me. I got a phone call. It was a phone call of this lady wanting to book an appointment. At least she was Cantonese and not Mandarin, so I can at least communicate. So I asked her the bare minimum to book an appointment. That was your name and phone number. And she really couldn't even give me either. I asked her what her name was, bare minimum, and she gave me her Chinese name, and I'm just like, how do you spell that? And then she was just like, oh, I don't know how to spell it. I can't English. I'm just like, don't you have a driver's license? Your name should be on your driver's license. And she's just like, yeah, but I don't know how to read out loud the letters. Really? She's just like, can you take my Chinese name? How the fuck am I supposed to type a Chinese name? So, she told me verbally her Chinese name, and I'm just like, how the hell do I spell that? You know? And she can't even speak English letters to spell it out to me. Hell, she couldn't even give me her freaking phone number. So I'm just like, oh, you know what? The hell with it. The phone's caller ID has a name on it, has a phone number on it. I'm just going to use that. When you come in, just give me your driver's license in person, and then we'll just get the rest of your shit then. It's like, how? Like, just how? How can you not... This still amazes me to this day that people like this actually exist. Brother, we are in Canada. We're in North America. How do you not know a lick of English? Before you make the argument, maybe she just moved here. Maybe she's not from here and she just came here. Fair enough, but if she was living here for quite a long time, how do you not know even a hint of the language? How do you not even know how to read out the letters? Like, how do you just get around? You can't stay in the Asian area the entire time. You're going to go out, you know? You're going to go to white people places at some point. Like, how do you order food? I guess you just point and it's like, I want that one in Chinese. The people at the counter is like, what the hell did you just say? I'm gonna assume you pointing to that means you want that. And you know, like, I wouldn't move to a country where I don't understand the language, right? That's just me. Because that's just not a smart move, in my opinion. At least, if I was in that position, why would I move to somewhere I can't even communicate? I can't even read anything. I don't understand anything. Some people can do that, you know? We all know PewDiePie moved to Japan. But me personally, it just would not work. Whoops. But it just baffles me still that people really do be out there, like, living in a country where you just can't even speak the language. But you have to understand that you're living in a country where the language you speak isn't the norm. So you really can't be surprised or shocked or even disappointed when you try to, say, book an appointment and the person, say, asks for your name. And you can't even give that. I don't know, maybe I'm the one who's crazy. Have you guys seen the Spider-Man Brand New Day leaks? And, you know, photos that have come out? Yo, I don't know how this movie's gonna actually work, because it is so jam-packed. Aside from, you know, having Spider-Man in his own movie, we're getting characters like the Punisher, Hulk, Scorpion. There's rumored to be other villains in the film, too. Yo, it's gonna be wild. It is going to be wild whenever we watch Spider-Man Brand New Day, seeing the goddamn Punisher on screen, on the big screen, the silver screen. The freaking Punisher. You know, that's gonna be the first time that a character from a non-Marvel Studios show has a major role in a movie on the big screen, to my knowledge. Matt Murdock in No Way Home doesn't count because he was a cameo, not a major role. Edwin Jarvis doesn't count because he was also a cameo in Endgame. So, if I'm not mistaken, Frank Castle's Punisher, John Bernthal's Punisher, will be the first TV original character, or a character that debuted from TV, to feature prominently in a movie on the screen. And you know what? I'm here for it. In a perfect world, we would have had this long ago. But, you know, corporate bullshit, licensing, whatever else. Yeah, we don't live in a very great world. You know what else? In a perfect world, we would have a little bit more leniency when it comes to movie ratings. What I mean by that is a character like the Punisher or Deadpool who thrives in the rated R branding. Yeah, we can't get those characters and who they're supposed to be in a PG-13 movie. Like, just imagine this. Just imagine an Avengers movie. All our characters together. They all act their PG-13 selves. And then we have Deadpool throwing F-bombs everywhere, making sex jokes back and right. But it's just Deadpool. Everyone else acts their own PG-13 self, and only Deadpool acts his rated R self. If only we could have that. But sadly, that's just not the world we live in. I bet you whenever Deadpool shows up with other Avengers characters, he's going to break the fourth wall saying, I'm in a PG-13 movie, so I can't be my usual self. Blame Disney. And Feige. Or just blame the movie rating system. I can totally see something like that happening. It's also rumored that we're gonna get our second casting announcement for Avengers Doomsday somewhat soon. my family needs me to go take care of something. I'll be right back. Or actually, I'll be back in a couple minutes. This will take a bit. Oh, sorry about that. My dad came in and then the lights. 1 second. 1 second. Let me just wash my hands real quick and then I'll be back. Any shiny? No. Alright, I'm back. Oh, sorry about that. We had to change my dog's bandages. Toby has a pretty big cut on his arm, so we need to clean it, replace the bandages, make sure he doesn't lick it. We had to go to Shoppers Drug Mart to pick up a bottle of hydrogen peroxide just for him. I would have opted to pick up a bag of saline solution just to rinse out the wound. But the only saline solution I saw was for eyes. Like eye drops. And, well, we all know that hydrogen peroxide doesn't sting as much as rubbing alcohol. Me personally, on myself that is, I would actually prefer rubbing alcohol. Unless it's a very, very deep gash, like a very deep wound. You know, using rubbing alcohol, that's that good kind of pain. It's the kind of pain you know that's cleaning up your wound. But something like hydrogen peroxide, it's like, is it even working? I don't feel anything. At least not as intense as rubbing alcohol. Finally, I can get enough sleep tonight, and also I can finally just go back to normal and just take one dump in the morning. Whenever I wake up at 8 in the morning for work, yeah, that's kind of not enough time for my body to wake up. Sometimes I take 2 dumps before I leave the door, sometimes I take the 3rd one at work. It's that whole meme, you know, shitting on company time. But when I'm there, I'm literally on my own, so nobody cares. Nobody's there to tell me not to. Don't you just think the world kinda is stupid for running so early in the morning? Don't you think that? I mean, yes, if everything shifted back, not only would that mean everything starts later, but everything closes later. But what's wrong with that, right? Instead of a business opening at like 10 in the morning and running until 6 p.m., what's so wrong with it opening at like noon or 1 p.m. and then closes at, I don't know, 8 or 9. Gets rid of the hassle of workers having to wake up early in the morning, customers having to wake up early to get their stuff done, or, you know, work around their work schedule. Because, like, if one business closes at, like, 6, what if you don't get off work until 7, right? But you need the product or service that other business provides. And, you know, aside from work, aside from the grown-up world, what about school, right? I mean, don't we want our kids to get enough sleep? We know how kids are. They want to stay up. They don't want to sleep. So, like, really? School at 8 in the morning? Don't we want our kids to get enough sleep, enough energy, enough rest for the day? So, what's so wrong with, say, instead of, like, 9 to 3, why don't schools just go from 12 to 6? What's so wrong with that? Because kids, they don't like waking up at 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning just to go to like 9 a.m. class. And I can tell you, teachers don't like it either. Especially if, say, you're a music teacher and you have rehearsals at 6 in the morning. I don't know. I feel like this world is not only too flawed for its own good, but it's also too complicated for its own good. But, you know, one guy's not going to change society as a whole. If it works, then, you know. Oh, it's about to be dead. Let's charge for the last couple of minutes. Well, this will be the last encounter for tonight. And no shiny. Alright, see you guys next time.